And welcome to day 3 of the NAB AFLW Under-18 Championships here from Broadbeach Football Club. This morning we have Victoria Metro taking on the might of New South Wales ACT. My name's Julia Price, and with me I have Shiloh Curtis, AFLW commentator, as well as Astor O'Connor, AFLW Western Bulldogs player. Welcome, ladies. Thanks. I know that might have thrown you, calling you a lady straight up, Astor. But who have we got today? We've got straight up with started on the bell, straight up Press Parkers as usual, taking the ball out of the middle, racking up the possession. She's been strong this whole carnival. That's McClellan trying to drive it deep for Vic Metro. Little fumble out the back. The umpire's going to ball that up just outside Victoria Metro's 50-metre circle.
Well, Press Parker's back in the middle. Obviously, she started the previous game in the forward line, so they obviously wanted a bit more midfield grunt today, Vic Metro, and she's picked up exactly where she's left off in previous games by owning the midfield space.
So trying to clear it out the far side is Patricius, brings it back in. Side, finds Press Parkers on her own, which is unbelievable considering the week that she's had, and then snaps it on the left. Big goal for Press Parkers, and Vic Metro take the lead 1-0
Well, the work rate there from Press Parkers, you know, she bursted out of the middle there, and then she was able to push the ball deeper. But it was a second and third effort. She's really focused on her gut-busting running over the last 18 months, and she's trying to really demonstrate that she can be a consistent player in that way. But the work that she did was 2 or 3 efforts inside 50, and then to be able to get the ball back in the corridor and put the ball on her left boot, mind you, and then kick that goal. You know, she's still 12 months away from being able to be looked at from an AFLW perspective, but you know, she's ticking all the boxes as she goes, and I'm sure Astor, you know, you guys with the talent program will be very happy with her progress.
Yeah, she's the ultra professional at such a young age, so we're really happy with how Press Parkers is coming along, and has a younger sister as well in the wings. So the Sparkers family, really good to see.
So Miller Hill driven into the ground by McPherson. Always easy to spot Miller Hill with that shock of blonde hair. Very Roxette-like.
She's got the look.
She has got the look. Well,
goodness me, girls, from your era. Can't say I have a Roxette tape, but anywho.
Tape.
Yeah, cassette.
You're in the right spirit though, that's good. So ball up inside New South Wales ACT's 50. Priftis tries to run it out, just gets a foot on it. Gets put on the boot by Quintal.
Great closing speed there by Patricius. She's quick, isn't she?
Really
Big
quick.
Metro.
So back inside, Miller Hill, little handball out, back to Zoe Allen. Clearing out through Zarika. No one can pick it up cleanly, little toe off the ground. Going to soccer it out of the 50. That was Patricius. And there's a free.
Really good to see Patricius getting more confidence at this level, you know, and she's a pretty outside player, and I think it's taking her time to get used to the pace of this game. But you know, I was really hoping that she'd improve again with her confidence today, and she's already showing that early in this game.
I think Shiloh too, she had a really strong TAP Cup season with the Cannons, so you're right, she's coming along nicely.
Caruso can't grab it. Miller Hill cleans up for ACT, New South Wales ACT. Jolliffe can't handle it either. A little bit scrappy early. Plenty of numbers around the ball.
I'd love to see Jolliffe take that one cleanly and just burst through with her power and strength. And we'd really like to see that cleaned up there.
Little tap down by Hamilton. Priftis runs on, just gets a little handball to it. Under some pressure there from the Vic Metro defender in Quintal. Little handball over the back, taps it forward. Parker, she's been good this week. Good to see her using the ball slightly differently today. It's been wheeling onto that left a lot. Little handball back from Hamilton. Zarika runs onto it. Check side left foot. Big fly, no one can take it cleanly.
Great contest there by Jolliffe, brought the ball to ground.
Here's Paris Crelly, drives it forward for Delgado, fixed as the target. Gets a little bump in the back from Kendall, but runs it over the boundary line about 3 metres around from New South Wales ACT's goals.
I like the fact that Parker did use the ball a bit differently then. However, she did have a whole paddock in front of her through the corridor. I'd love to see her tuck that ball under her arm, take the game on a little bit and use her pace and actually demonstrate other elements of her game that are really solid. And I think she's hidden those things a bit this week because she's just quick boot to ball type play. And you know, I wanted to be able to look up a little bit more and show her versatility, that she's not just a player that's a contest player like that.
I think Charlotte, the more confident she gets to go onto that right side as well, and that's something we'll continue to work with her on in the Academy and Talent program. There must be something in the water though in New South Wales. There's a lot of left footers in this team, isn't there?
There are indeed.
So Flanagan, unfortunately, beautiful run on from her, but the free has been given away.
Already we're seeing a few players playing out of position, I guess, from what we've seen in previous games. So Priftis is up in the forward line, and so coaches will be looking to demonstrate a terrific mark there. Coaches will be looking to demonstrate that their players can do other things by putting them in different roles.
So Dargan again. Chris Parker's on her own. So New South Wales ACT haven't watched the games this week. See how many possessions she's been racking up. Back inside, finds Quintal, is pushed down the field. And here we have Flanagan.
She's had a solid carnival, Flanagan. Really impressive.
She finds her teammate Ricardo, yes.
It's a great surname, isn't it? Ricardo. Commentator's dream.
Well, their father apparently played 108 holes of golf on Wednesday in between watching a game of football. So, pretty impressive from Dad. Let's see if Georgia can hit the sticks.
So it's gone through despite Nikki Steele's best efforts. Ricardo.
No score review here at Broadbeach?
Absolutely not.
Well, it's a funny thing, isn't it? So, you know, we coach so many of the main elements of the game, but even little things like practicing how to defend deep on the line for your tall players, you know, where to stand, how to work with the ball as it flies back. And, you know, there's so many little elements of our game. That's why it's one of the hardest games in the world to play, because there's so many little things and everyone has to be able to do a bit of everything.
A little bit like a sailing team, I guess you'd say. At any point you might have to do something different.
I suppose that's just the way it is. And we're back in the middle for another tap. Straight down to Parker. Looking for a teammate out wide on the wing. Running onto it is McClellan. Tries to put some pressure on the Vic Metro player. Gets to it first then. Play on, says the umpire. Pops out the back. Snaps it inside. Good body work, and Jolliffe, here she comes through, round the corner, snaps it inside 50.
That's what we want to see from Jolliffe, nice and clean.
McPherson pushing back, she's been great in defence this week. Kicks it to no one in particular, but finds some space, and she's got a runner here in Caruso. Down the wing again.
Nickname Cuz Flanagan after Karen Flanagan, AFL Victoria. No relation, of course.
So down onto just onto the 50. Little foot on it was Vesely. One bounce. Woods.
She's quick, Woods. Great goal.
And that's exactly what I like to see from the younger players. You know, she had a whole horde of New South Wales girls chasing her, but she tucked the ball under her arm and took the game on. She backed herself and she said, I'm going to run and carry this ball. I'm going to have a few bounces and kick this goal and make sure that I'm within range to do it. And I think a lot of the time young players are a little bit nervous about that. Oh, I've got pressure on, I might just hand pass it off. I'm under a lot of pressure. So she's, I like, there's something about Emerson Woods that she's got a bit of presence about her and she's really confident in her own abilities. Really terrific.
And it's a tricky one, isn't it, Charlie? She's probably a little bit slight. So if she's to go up to senior level at the current size, you want to put a bit more muscle on her, but it's the balance of putting on a little bit more strength and maybe losing a bit of that pace. So it's a balance for sure. Great contested ball though by Vesely. That really opened it up.
So Hamilton taps it straight down Vic Metro's throat, unfortunately, for New South Wales ACT. Newton couldn't quite control it, but driving it deep again, Vic Metro.
Oh, terrific front spot. She's worked really hard to own that. She was caught behind a little bit, and as they jumped in the air, she was able to just outmuscle her opponent and take that mark in front.
And a little bit worrying for New South Wales. Vic Metro deep inside their 50, outnumbered 2-1 there.
Just pops over the back. No, doesn't quite go through for the behind. Which takes their lead to 3 goals, 1-19 to no score yet from New South Wales ACT. Brings it back in, Zarika. Little handball off to her teammate in Brewood.
She's been good this week, Brewood.
That's been solid. Another good mark. Crowley finds Miller Hill.
This is a good build-up from New South Wales. They've moved the ball nice and quickly, maintained possession.
A little bit too big over the back, but Jolliffe steps back inside, hands the ball off, finds her teammate in Stewart. Just misses to the left.
Deserved a goal there, Charlotte.
Well, that was much, much better from New South Wales and how they built and how they took the game on there. They kept the ball ahead of the congestion by moving it on quickly. Really good foot skills, I should say. And then got that ball deep inside and had opportunities. They had space to have a shot on goal because they moved the ball quickly.
Ball up by the umpire.
Good pressure here from New South Wales. Can they keep it inside their 50?
And 6 inside
Gargano
50.
fixed her. Good tap down, sorry Charlotte. Crowley gets it to her teammate in Jolliffe, and she's just snapped it just wide of the behind post for an
She's had a lot
outbounce.
of involvement early though, Jolliffe. She's building for a big one today.
New South Wales 6 inside 50s to 4, but have only got the 1 score on the board.
So Zarika can't grab it. Delgado fixed up, snaps it, finds Miller Hill.
Your girl, Miller Hill.
Love it. Absolutely. Loving her work. She's only about 30 metres out, dead in front, so it should be New South Wales ACT's first goal with about 4 minutes left on the clock.
Put the moz on her.
So I have, big time. Slotted, dissected beautifully. Well done, Miller Hill. And well done, New South Wales ACT.
Well, another stalwart of the New South Wales ACT talent program. She's been in this program for a long time, and again, she didn't play on Wednesday, and I felt like they missed her a little bit. But she's certainly a really strong target up forward. Terrific work by Delgado Fixter. I talked about a few players playing in different roles today, and Delgado Fixter's played across the back line. Today she's playing further up the ground. So really positive signs for her too, and what she does when the ball moves forward for her team.
And she's into the ruck now.
Into the ruck now, absolutely.
Against Neve O'Connor, my cousin.
You wish. You've got Guerin.
Great pace out of the centre there.
Throwing it deep. Beautiful fly and great front position there from Newton from Vic Metro. She's played on. Being tackled, dispossessing the ball, and the umpire's going to give the free to New South Wales ACT. Gilchrist pleading for the 50 minutes because she didn't quite get it back on the full. A little bit big with the kick. Out the back is Vesely. Can't pick it up cleanly. Great pressure. We have Chloe Arndt. Gives it to Delgado fixed up. Over the head of Miller Hill and beautifully read.
Terrific mark by McPherson. She's been doing that all week, and she got caught behind there, but was able to just nudge her opponent under the ball and take that mark.
Well done, Cuz. Neve O'Connor. Good mark down the line. Looks inboard.
One of the best ruckmen in that family. So there's Priftis. Hasn't quite had that kick going this week. She gets a lot of ball, just not quite executing. Well read by Delgado fixed up. Can't quite pick it up with Crelly.
Great to see the girls cracking in hard on the last 8. Been a big week for them. But energy levels are high to start this one.
I think the format's been really good for the girls to actually have that recovery day as well. So she's from behind from Delgado fixed up. Priftis tries to pick up, can't, loses her feet.
Love to see her keep her feet there. That's something we really have worked strong and sort of talked to Priftis about holding your feet at the contest.
O'Connor just misses it. Priftis out the back. Well, wobbles around
Great
in the
vision.
hand.
Terrific
But
vision.
Miller Hill. And great work there from Priftis to find Miller Hill.
Well,
Good lead.
a fair bit of ruck dominance from the New South Wales team. They lead the hit-outs 9-1.
Wow.
And so that's making a big difference for New South Wales, getting first use of the ball, winning the clearances and being able to push the ball forward.
I'm telling you now, Shy, ruckmen, invaluable, aren't they?
Absolutely they are.
And another goal.
Well, it really helps, when your team gets first touch on the ball. It doesn't matter whether, the ruck is the first position that you actually get to access the footy. It just makes all the difference for the runners beneath them, and you get to control what the ball does from there. And so important. I think people don't. I think they underestimate the impact that good rucks have, and we're seeing that this week. Jess Allen, terrific. You know, previous years, Erin McKinnon, and even the Giants having Erin McKinnon, their youngest player in the AFLW competition. She was such an important part of the wins and the scoreboard success that the Giants got.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Back to the middle now. It looks like Miller Hill's dressed for success today. So New South Wales ACT, thank you. Another reference there. Popping it out. Parker running on. Got about 30 seconds left on the clock. New South Wales ACT trying to close this gap. Brown.
I don't mind that from Parker because she was trying to push forward rather than back and get herself out of trouble and bomb it on the boot, which she's been doing all week. So it's different and new from her, which is terrific.
Which is a bit of a shame for New South Wales ACT because they're just starting to get some momentum on there. So they're currently just trailing by that's 5 points. I think that's wrong over there, is it?
6 points, 1 goal.
Maths never your strong point.
I know. I just missed a behind. I missed that behind, but that's all right. So Vic Metro, at the end of the first quarter, leading 3 goals, 1, 19 to New South Wales ACT, 2 goals, 1, 13, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes for the second quarter in the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Victoria Metro and New South Wales ACT. And we're back for the second quarter of the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Vic Metro and New South Wales ACT. Vic Metro currently leading. 3 goals, 1-19 to New South Wales ACT 2-1-13. Any crucial stats from the first quarter, Shiloh?
Yeah, well, look, New South Wales are winning the hit-outs 7-5. Sorry, the hit-outs 10-2, and the clearances, in fact, 7-5. So they're staying alive in this contest today. But that's the big part of the story today, is just how much they're impacting the contests around the ground.
So Rendleman moved into the ruck against Hamilton. Zarica comes up with it. He's wrapped up. And the umpire's going to ball it up again, pretty much where they started.
I've liked Rendleman's work. She's pretty raw in the ruck, but she's strong in the contest. She likes imposing herself, and she does get first touch on the ball. So she'll be one that will continue to develop over the next couple of years. Asta?
Yeah, no, I agree. She's it's hard to see her number with that long ponytail, though, isn't it? The girls make it tricky.
Should be compulsory top knots for everyone.
And that'll look the same again.
I'd love to see the wings keep their width here. They're a little bit sucked in on the contest. It just adds extra bodies around the ball without that sort of second ring to dish out to, Shiloh.
Well, I think Vic Metro's playing very much a corridor brand of football. They like to stay inside, and I think that makes it really tough.
So Patricius loses that with a bit of pressure from McPherson.
That's Patricios' 6th touch for the game. She leads Vic Metro, so she is footloose and flying.
Ball in dispute yet again. New South Wales ACT trying to clear it out through McKay. Umpire's found a free though. And it's going to go the way of New South Wales ACT, I believe.
Downfield, was that one?
Must have been maybe. Didn't see exactly what it was for. So the free's getting taken through Garnett. She finds her teammate in Parker, who wheels around on that reliable left boot. Back inside to Jolliffe as the target. Can't quite control it, and it's bundled over the far boundary.
And one of the things we try to teach all our young mids is to be really sort of strong overhead. Of course, they're elite at ground level, but if they can get really strong overhead in those marking contests like we just saw from Parker, it's only going to add to their game.
Certainly. Bit of a shove from Hamilton. Gets one back from Rendleman, but neither of them get it in the end. Hamilton again, pops it on the boot, straightens up. Looks for Delgado fixed her, and a beautiful mark and great hands from Ellie.
She probably would have dropped that, I reckon, 12 months ago. So she's really invested in her body strength and size, and her confidence is just growing and growing. She's been really well invested in, but yeah, terrific that she looked so confident in that marking contest.
She pick it from here?
I reckon.
Tight angle. Looks good though, and it's just missed to the right.
Good start from New South Wales in this quarter.
We've got two really dominant sort of, tools down in the forward line with Jolliffe and then Delgado fixed their heads down there as well. So they look dangerous when they go inside 50.
The trickiest bringing it back in. Crelly runs on. She's had some good possession too today. A little bit high over the shoulder, but not paid. So that was Gorham. The umpire's going to ball it up.
I must say, Julia, the umpires this week have done a superb job, haven't they? And really well umpired.
Absolutely. It's very good of you to notice that, Charlotte. I mean, Astro. Sorry.
It's about a foot difference there, Julia.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So a little bit high again. The New South Wales defender try to clear it towards this direction as McLaren. Good bumping off the ball. Byrne can't quite take it cleanly. Wheels around Parker again. She's everywhere. Patricius. No, it was Caruso. A little bit of a battle with Zarica. That's a good contest here on the near wing.
Once Zarica gets you don't get out. She just clamps down on those tackles. Rugby league background.
Again, I do want to see Elise Parker work back behind the football a bit more. She doesn't even look there for options. She just turns straight back into traffic, and I really think it puts her teammates in under a bit of pressure.
So it hasn't just touched off the boot. That was Priftis trying to bring it back for her teammate. Bit of an arm wrestle at the moment. And that was Molly Warburton.
Great contest, isn't it?
It's outstanding. Rendleman, back position, just gets a little fist on it. Hamilton comes up with it though. We'll have another ball up. Pretty close to the centre of the field.
Now let's see how the girls set up here. Do they pair off? Is there accountability at stoppage? The Trekios obviously looks to have Parker here.
So press Parker's, pops it on the boot. Probably doesn't quite go the direction she wants it to go. Good little tap on again by Gorham. She's been lively this morning. This is Ricardo. Can't get control of that ball. Down the far end, loses the feet. Everyone loses their feet. Gorham gets cleaned up a little bit high and gets the free.
Joel is really imposing herself in these contested situations, isn't she? It's great to see.
She's about 40 metres out. She's looking for someone to kick to. It's a bit beyond her range, although she's hit that really nicely. Just pops out the back. Miller Hill tries to bring it back in. Not one of her best kicks. And the ball's wrapped up with Delgado fixed her at the bottom of the pack. So another ball up. Good pressure here from New South Wales ACT. Really taking it up to the Victoria Metro girls. Crelly driven into the ground by Chris Parkes.
The goal here, Pricey, make things very interesting.
Absolutely. No one gets a hand on it. Delgado fixed up. Straight down the throat of Cornish, who tries to clear it out for Victoria Metro.
And Prentice again, unfortunately, went to ground. Needed to stay on her feet there.
Absolutely. Tackled, and I think given away a free for in the back. No, for holding the ball. So Victorian in Newton gets the free. Been told to play on. Downfield, big fly at the back. No one can take it cleanly. Parker again.
And that's why we don't mind the quick kick from Parker there. Dump kick down the line to your forwards, put pressure on the defenders, and create that inside 50 stoppage here for New South Wales.
Well, this has been, I think, symptomatic of Vic Metro throughout this whole carnival. Once the ball gets inside their 50, they do struggle to get the ball out when they're on lots of numbers, and the ball does get trapped in there for probably too long for their liking. So
you probably know better than most, though, Charlize. Without sort of, it's funny, I'd say Vic Metro are going through a mini rebuild. A lot of their top age kids unavailable due to injury, or they've sort of been drafted onto AFLW lists. So you are really seeing the future of Vic Metro on show, aren't you?
yeah, correct. A terrific mark there too by Paris Crowley, who's been really impressive. I think she's been a really honest performer all week. She's she works really hard in and around the contests, and she finds the footy a fair bit. Really like the fact that she got herself free there.
So Crelly on a very tight angle, gets up and under it, and just floats through for a behind.
Well, as we know, there's been a rezoning in Victoria with the expansion of the TAC Cup program from 8 academies into 12. So every single one of the talent regions now has both a male and female talent program. You can see terrific mark there by Madeline Brancatisano, one of the, I think there are 20 debutantes for Vic Metro this year at this National Carnival. So
pretty exciting, isn't it?
it is really exciting to see. So they don't have a lot of experience. They are the least experienced team. They've gone from probably being the most experienced team in this championships to the least. And a number of their players from last year have moved over to Vic Country because of the rezoning. So, and another,
couple of years' time.
absolutely.
Yeah. Joel can kick this.
Yep,
Got a great boot, Pricey.
She's got the eye of the tiger, Jordan Jolliffe.
very nice.
Slots it
And
through.
absolutely slots it. So New South Wales ACT take a lead here at Broadbeach Football Club in the second quarter. And we're leading now by, as they take off that, I would say 2 points.
2 points. Cheers, maths.
Thank you,
Pricey.
Dana.
Yeah.
The Queensland education system.
Do you want a calculator or? No, but how valuable are those forwards who can go back really confident at 45 metres and sort of, know that they're going to get it through the big sticks? I think they're invaluable in this women's game.
What I love about Jolliffe, though, is that you can throw her through the middle and she can be a running player, and that's really exciting. She did that in the first game this week, and she was really important in that really tight physical game with the Allies. So her versatility is extraordinary, and she's still got another 12 months to go. As we see Parker just take the ball under her arm and run through the middle, which we'd love to see from her.
It's a little handball game from McPherson, taking out Caruso. Run down. Can't quite clear it out. Regathers again. Trying to get through for Brown, but Miller Hill comes up with it. Looking for Delgado, fixed her again. And it's just going to run through for a boundary throw in, so it's just out of touch for a couple of the girls there.
Interesting for Joel, obviously being a National Academy player. I've worked really closely with her, and we have challenged her on her engine and her work rate and her fitness base, and it's something that she really sort of, she really relished being challenged, and she's that sort of attitude. We see her playing at Bendigo in the TAC Cup, given that she's sort of rural New South Wales, but I think she really benefited from that over the summer.
She's a really honest performer. She's got no ego about her, really humble kid, and she's very honest and open. She's got no defences sort of up. She's like, okay, yep, that's how, thank you for telling me how I can get even better. You know, that's the sort of mindset we want. And the best kids, I think the kids that grow and develop the best are the ones that are prepared to be really open to be giving that critical feedback.
So Flanagan clearing it after getting the free kick to her teammate in Brancatisano. She finds Vesely. Big sling tackle. Nothing paid. New South Wales ACT come up with it. Can't quite get away. Brancatisano puts on the smother. Then comes up with the ball. Driven into the ground. Little handball off from Hamilton. She's been good this morning. Finds a teammate in Parker again. Swivels on that left boot. Delgado fixed her. She's been important for the New South Wales ACT team as a target up front. Then we have Chloe Arndt trying to find a teammate. McPherson can't pick it up cleanly. Wrigley drives it back down ground and will go out of bounds.
So Pricey, with 5 minutes to go in the quarter, I can look down here at the Vic Metro interchange gates and we've got Prasparkas and Patrikios on the bench. They're two players I'm sure Vic Metro want to get onto the ground.
Absolutely. So Rendleman and Hamilton, a little bit off skew was the throw-in.
It's not easy being green or fluoro yellow. Very yellow. Boundary umpiring, it's a tricky job.
So Prasparkas back on now. So you'll be happy, Esther. Little tap down from Hamilton, gets her own ruck. Umpire's found a free. Wheeling round for Vic Metro's McClellan. Umpire's ball can't get taken from in front despite that good front position. Little handball off. Breward. Handballs it out. Vic Metro driving forward, great front position there, but can't quite take it cleanly. Prasparkas again on the left boot, gets up and under it. Hasn't gone far enough, will be play on. The Vic Metro girls are all swarming here. Prasparkas again, tapping it forward, tries to wheel around, gets dragged off the ball and gets pinged for holding the ball. Great work from Britt Walker there.
You see Prasparkas just inject herself on the contest.
She just makes a difference when she's on the field. You know, she's just has this presence about her that can just split a pack. Fantastic work.
Good front position there from New South Wales ACT, but couldn't quite maintain it. Brancatisano finds her teammate in Caruso, tackled.
Too high.
So that's Paige Nash. Gives away the free. Caruso.
Interesting positioning here from Patrikios. Snuck into the 50.
And beautiful hands there from Alexia Hamilton. Have you noticed much of her ruck work this week, Asta?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the tools coming through, the more time and development you can put into them, and it's just playing games of footy, isn't it? That's how you get better.
And the Hamilton girls haven't played a lot of football. They're relatively new to the game. They're going to take some time to develop. And, you know, I think that's, you know, for all the tall kids out there, you know, it's about just, you know, you do take a little bit more time to get used to how your arms and legs work, and because there are a lot of them, and it's about making sure that, you know, you just keep persisting and keep learning and growing and developing, because, you know, work for the tolls, it's a really fine craft, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There's an opportunity here for New South Wales if they can get the ball to bounce their way.
Miller Hill has not seen that coming. She's just run fair into the back of Isabel Quintal. She's just winded herself, she'll be fine. Far side of the field. Free kick found. Given away by Brancatisano.
Just under 90 seconds left on the clock now.
So essentially here, Julia, New South Wales are a player down. Miller Hill yet to get up.
Gargano fixed it from the back. Got a couple of New South Wales players trying to push back to give some options. The umpire's found a free, so he's helping them out.
Well, let's look for where Jolliffe is here in this contest.
She's probably going to have to kick this from just about on the 50. You saw before that she's got a pretty good boot on her.
And this is, New South Wales are going to need to make sure they're at crumbers of the ball at the bottom of this contest. And some of the teams this week have lacked a little bit of that. So,
well, she's giving it a ride.
It's fallen a little short though, but a great grab from the one and only Prasparkas. Takes a bounce. She's looking for her teammate who's free in Ricardo. She's got a fair bit of space to work with here. Again, not one of her best kicks. You can
Great
see
pressure from Priptis there.
absolutely. Guerin, good hands, finds a teammate back in Patricius.
20 seconds on the clock now.
Nice
Beautiful,
leap there.
absolute great grab from Newton.
So athletic, isn't she?
She's having a good game today, Newton. It's been a bit quiet this week, but really having an impact on the game.
Chloe Arndt, just over the head of her teammate in Parker. She was the target. Dives in on it was Guerin. No free given. Comes out the back. Usual fashion. Wheeling around onto the left boot was Parker, but to no avail. And that brings us to the end of the second quarter in this NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Vic Metro 3-1-19 to New South Wales ACT 3-3-21. Goal kickers. Press Parkus, Ricardo and Woods for Vic Metro, and I've only got Miller Hill with 2 and Jolliffe with the third one.
Well, really exciting for New South Wales to lead, go into the main break 2 points ahead. Now keep in mind they've never played against these Division 1 teams before. They've been moved up from second division in this new format, and they'll be really excited. They've never played against Vic Metro or Vic Country and Queensland WA, so this is a really good, I mean, Tim Schmidt will be really happy with where the game is at this point. I think that I hope that they don't go in going, well, we've done enough, and that, that's good enough. I really hope that they get some belief about themselves and make sure that they keep running this game out and take it right up to Vic Metro, because at the moment they are in the box seat. We've got a 0-0 draw at half time.
Absolutely. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half of this NAB AFLW Under-18s game from Broadbeach Football Club between Victoria Metro and New South Wales ACT. And we're back for the second half of the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Victoria Metro and New South Wales ACT. Currently, New South Wales ACT with a little bit of a shock lead of 2 points. Charlotte Curtis?
Yeah, well, look, they're leading the hit-outs 20-5. The clearances are balanced at 11 each, but they're also winning the inside 50s 16-7. So unfamiliar territory for Vic Metro, and as we said, very inexperienced Vic Metro team, but also New South Wales, a Division 2 team that's come up in the new format. They're going to be really happy with where they're at. Let's see if they can go on with the job today.
We noticed before, when they were in their huddle, that they called themselves the Rams. Are we happy with the Rams?
Or maybe they should be the Ewes.
I know, I agree with the Ewes. I mean, you don't mess with an angry sheep. So here we have Relman. No, Chris Parker's trying to get out of the way. Relman gets the free. Rendleman, sorry.
Great spread from the contest there by Dargan.
Gets punched out of her hands by Zarika, but Dargan gets paid the mark. Good front position there from Newton. Can't take the mark though. Ball's on the ground. Not trying to clear it out, but the umpire's just going to ball it up.
Been impressed with Newton's work today.
Yeah, she's been really good. Tapped down by Hamilton. Chris Parkers reads it well. Snaps it back over the shoulder. Big fly from the back. No one's going to take it cleanly. Ball spills free. Hamilton just puts a little bit of pressure on McClellan.
Flanagan, Cuz, flying shot.
Just across the goals and goes through for a behind.
She's strong in the hips, Prasparkas, isn't she? She's just cleared through that stoppage there.
So, New South Wales ACT bringing the ball back in. Parker, surprisingly, has it. Tries to find Priftis, but drags it a little. Good front position there by Gorham.
And that's probably the element of Priftis's game that, you know, she's still got to keep developing as her kicking. Her finish, you know, she gets a lot of the ball and her defensive work's outstanding. Her work rate and her endeavours are extraordinary, but it's just her finish by foot that's a problem.
Yeah, and it's a tricky one, Charlotte. We've worked closely with Priftis over this 12 months in the National Academy, but to remember and to keep in mind for these young kids, they're going through their Year 12 studies, and that has been a priority for her. So it's hard to balance all of the commitments they have in their lives.
And Chelsea Hamilton. Oh, big fly from the front from Chris Parkers. Showing all the skills, the finer things in the game.
161 and drags one down like that. Very impressive.
Don't underestimate our small people, Aston. Not that I'm including myself in that, of course. Vesely, handball out. Looks for Woods. Just doesn't come off well off the boot. Flanagan can't take it cleanly either. Good pressure here from New South Wales ACT, pleading for the free. There'll be a ball up.
Well, don't you just love how Madison Press-Parker just says to the opposition, take on me, have a crack. Like, she just imposes herself and believes, oh, Vesely just trying to toe that ball, hit the post. But yeah, she just loves and relishes the contest and being challenged.
Snap on goal there,
Another snap and another behind. Trying to keep up with these behind.
Well, New South Wales needs to be composed here under pressure. At the moment, they're panicking a little bit, and they've got to just work the ball out with control outside of their defensive 50 if they're going to get the ball back at the other end of the ground.
Interestingly, Vic Metro twice there have given them that short kick on the zone, which has allowed them to get outside 50 just far too easily.
Zarika, it's on the boot. Miller Hill reads it beautifully, handballs it off to her teammate Stewart. Snaps it around the corner. Delgado fixed to it front. Little shove in the back. Not seen by the umpire. Zarika on the outside, spreads it wide to Stewart, turns back inside, reels back on that right foot.
You'd love to see Zarika just take them on their left side and really put the Jets on.
Delgado fixed it, gets it back into Jolliffe.
That's a goal.
That is a goal. Great call from Master O'Connor and a great kick from Jordan Jolliffe from New South Wales ACT.
Working well as a team, aren't they?
Absolutely, that was gold from New South Wales. That transition from defence into attack was extraordinary, and they moved the ball nice and quickly. We talk about how important it is to stay ahead of the congestion. The great thing was, though, was when the ball did hit inside 50, you know, their midfield was really pushed up. They were on their toes, and they needed numbers at the contest, got there, and they were able to outnumber Vic Metro, get the ball into the strong, ever-reliable hands of Jolliffe, and they get the scoreboard result. She's so reliable, isn't she, in front of goal?
Yes, absolutely.
So straight with her kicking.
So we see the Vic Metro run and Nat Grindle go out there. I think that message would have come from Andrew Shakespeare. Don't give him that first kick. when they're after a behind.
Good tap down by Rendleman, but Zarika reads it well. Doesn't quite take it out cleanly though. Parker snaps it round, spots Stewart in front position, can't take it, well roved. Front and centre, we have Jolliffe again.
3-on-1.
It's wheeling around, finds some space at the back. Crelly trying to put some pressure on. Gargano fixed up. Will be first for the ball now. Crelly trying to shepherd off. Good handball back inside to a teammate in Stewart. Goes around Parker again, looks for goal. Out the back and just off target. To a left for another behind for New South Wales ACT.
We brought the house down if that one went through. Pricey?
Absolutely. So bring it back in. Here's McPherson. Big kick out the back. Nearly beats Gilchrist, but she just gets a hand on it.
Look at the pressure New South Wales are putting on.
There's some really good instruction going on through the middle of the ground here. Girls pointing, locate your players, make sure we lock it in. Really good leadership from a pretty experienced New South Wales unit, actually. Many of these girls played, as we see the ball come out of the congestion right now.
Oh. And that was Stewart just getting dispossessed of the ball.
Many of these girls have played in this team for a long time for New South Wales, a number of years, 3, 4, 5 years, some of them. So it's, they've got the experience on their shoulders. It's about whether or not they can execute for 4 quarters.
Very unlucky. Zarika really spotted her teammate then, but she's, I thought she'd actually kicked that for a second.
Lovely little goose step there from Zarika though.
I think Blaze Miller-Hill thought that was going through as well, so she probably could have taken the mark.
Oh, good grab under pressure there.
Caruso drives it deep again, trying to find a teammate. Good lead up from Newton again. Yeah, she's pushing around the field. Chris Parkes pops it on the left boot. Good front position though, and well run down, but breaks the tackle. It was Brewer. She finds a teammate in Gorham, just out in front of Brent Catasano, steps back inside. Good play run through from Rebecca Mount to be support. Can't quite clear it though for New South Wales ACT. Turns it over. Gilchrist busts through the hands. Press Parker straight on it. Handballs off to her teammate in Flanagan. It's a foot race.
Nikki Steele's in a 1-on-3 here.
And she was always going to take that. Charlotte Wilson.
Great run there from Flanagan though, wasn't it? Really set them up well, and a nice composure by hand for Prasparkas to find her on the burst.
I thought it was really good as well that we saw Wilson actually pick up the ball then. A lot of people would have been tempted to just soccer it through, so it's great to see these girls, particularly over the last sort of 5 to 10 years that we've been involved in this under-18 program, that their skills have been really improved. And I think the formatting that we've got now really helps with the style of football that these girls are trying to play.
Just worth noting though, 10 years ago I was 18. I'm not as old as you guys, come on.
Okay, tapped down by O'Connor. She's back in the rack. Zarika wrapped up. Ball being called by the crowd. A play on, says the umpire. In dispute on the ground again. Guerra just gets a little boot to it. Can't clear it out. Gilchrist goes flying out the back. Might have been a little head collision.
Yeah, I think she copped her head knocked from one of her opposition players' hips actually, just in that contest. She's okay though.
Guys, can you see Parker out there? I can't spot her. I think she might be off for a rest.
Probably fair enough. She's been raking up the
Parker,
possessions.
Priftis are both on the bench at the moment.
So the momentum has swung to Vic Metro's way here.
Brent Catasano driving it deep. Great work there from Flanagan. She's been doing a mountain of work today. Little step inside Woods. Handballs to Press Parkes. She's caught by Zoe Allen. But she's given away the free, so Press Parkes will get this about 30 metres out.
16th touch for Madison Press-Parkes.
Looks to offload to her teammate in Guerin. Bit of a tight angle, but distance shouldn't be a problem. It's probably more the angle.
Yeah, accuracy from Maddie Guerin here might be a bit of an issue, but I really like that burst from Maddie Guerin. She needs to do more of it and impose herself across the ground a bit more, but yeah, love the intensity and the attack on the ball then.
She's got a nice looking kick. And just drags it to the left for it behind to Vic Metro to extend. That actually brings them to 29 points all.
We could have our first draw for the champs.
Don't talk about it. We don't want one of those. And the ball's bundled out on the far side of the boundary. Still inside Vic Metro's 50.
So we see there Vic Metro not allowing that first kick in. And they've got a repeat entry here.
Actually a free for Sparkus, getting another, adding to her tally. Spots up Woods, and that's probably not the best defensive work from New South Wales ACT there, particularly someone like Woods who's been so crucial in the forward line.
Emerson Woods' positioning is just extraordinary. She knows where to be and when.
What about the kick in ball from Sparkus?
Oh wow. Unfortunately for Woods, I think she was facing exactly where she kicked there and kicked it straight through for another behind to take the lead by a point. With about 5 minutes to go in this third quarter.
You'll see some pressure errors from both sides, you know, in this situation. You know, the scores are, you know, it's a 0-0 draw at the moment, essentially. But you'll see, yeah, some girls as they learn to cope with playing football at this level, and with, you know, in their minds, a lot at stake. So, you know, Madison Press-Parker's very experienced, will be able to drill it like that. But a debutante like Emerson Woods, you know, will make a bit of an error like that, and it's all about learning and getting some experience.
It's a beautiful mark there from McPherson. Good match up with Delgado Fixter as well. Press-Parker's out the back.
She read that
Clears
one
it
well.
quickly. Tries to find her teammate, but just handballs it to herself pretty much. Can't regather. Dargan driven into the ground.
New South Wales, they need to get Parker back on.
She has been crucial for them.
And Priftis, I'd say. Like, don't underestimate Priftis's work inside. I think she pairs up really nicely with Haneen, and I think with Haneen Zarika. And Parker works so well off the inside body work from those two players.
So, foot race for the ball here between Warburton and Crelling.
She's been good this week, Warburton. Really popped up. A name we probably haven't heard a lot of in the past, but really showing us what she can do.
She's been floating around as we see Parker come onto the field now. Warburton's been floating around the Youth Girls Academy program for a few years, you know, as a young player, sort of just trying out and things like that, trying to get a bit more experience as well, and playing a bit of junior footy, but it was always going to show a little bit. So she's pretty young at the moment, but in a couple of years' time, I'd imagine being a dominant force in this team.
Chris Parkus once again coming out with the ball and driving it into her 50-metre forward zone.
Interestingly today, we'll see if the heat starts to take effect. It is a little bit hot out there today, no breeze. What are we, about midway through the third?
So she's been pinged for a free there, for a throw, sorry, and just trying to see who's going to take that. That would be Wilson.
Well, New South Wales needs to hold tight here. There's 2.5 minutes to go on the clock, and they need to try and make sure they hold off the efforts of Vic Metro.
So Tarrant takes that, reads it beautifully, front position. Can't clear it out. Good pressure here from Vic Metro. Ooh, and a good snap on goal from Flanagan, who misses once again for another behind.
I will say this on Flanagan there, if you come up through the AFLW ranks and you have a shot on goal from there and don't centre it to your full forward, you're probably going to cop a spray.
So a big kick out the back. Falls clear for O'Connor, tries to get it back inside. And she does is kick it just nearly out in the full. One bounce for a boundary throw in.
And that's where this program and these championships actually teach the kids that it's not just going out and playing on instinct anymore. It's not just get the ball and boot it long, or you actually have to play predictable football for each other and play a team plan and execute that plan according to what the team needs and what the coach, how the coach wants to coach. So things like just bombing the ball when you're hard up against the boundary, that's what you do in under 12s or under 14s or club football, but at this level you can't do that. Given how inexperienced this group of Vic Metro girls are, they'll talk about that, and that'll be a really good teaching point come review time.
So across, another shot on goal, and just misses to the right this time. Vic Metro absolutely peppering the goals, but not having any success at this stage.
Moves nicely through traffic, Dargan.
Yeah, she's got a basketball background, Dargan, so she's really quite evasive, and you know, she's quite unassuming. She doesn't look like a footballer in lots of respects, but just always manages to find the ball. Great fist there from Jordan Jolliffe. Really good to see her put that spoil on. But yeah, look, Dargan I think is really crucial. She's a, sort of can play that fifth role, that hybrid role, and also plays that crumbing forward. She's not super small, but manages to know where to be at the right time.
A great leader as well, I've heard.
Oldest player in this team. It's her 3rd year in the Vic Metro team.
Garner fixed it at the front, but beautiful tap down to Flanagan, who then goes to Woods. Lots of pressure and dispossessed. Great defensive work there from New South Wales ACT. And Britt Walker will come up with the ball.
Well, 20 seconds left in this quarter, so that was a really good effort from New South Wales to stop Emerson Woods from kicking that goal.
Brown wheels around. So on little inside handball, can't get it away. And as you said, Charlotte, great effort from New South Wales ACT. Read that last goal, had a bit of a run on there, but fortunately for New South Wales ACT, they couldn't convert with a major. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, we have Vic Metro leading 4 goals, 8-32 to New South Wales ACT. 4 goals, 5-29, and we'll be back in 5 minutes with the final quarter in this NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Vic Metro and New South Wales ACT.
compliment.
And welcome back to the fourth quarter of the NAB AFLW Under-18s game between Victoria Metro and New South Wales ACT. We have 3 points in it at this stage. Nice and tight, as you'd expect. Lexi Hamilton back in the centre. Press Parkes though reads it well off her touch. Drives it forward once again. Guerin can't quite pick it up cleanly. Keeps it in front. Goes over the top of it. Kay from New South Wales ACT tries to put some pressure on.
But really interesting, the stats in the third quarter really favoured Vic Metro. The hit-outs, the clearances, the inside 50s as well. So they've got to shut down New South Wales if they're going to win this game. They've got to shut down the midfield of Vic Metro.
There, Grant. And Kay's got the ball for New South Wales ACT. Looks down the wing. Got some good numbers here. Just over the head of Zerika. Busts through the hands though of Brent Catasano. Jolliffe wrapped up. Great work there from Quintal. But Parker comes up with it once again. Breaks free of the tackle of Brown. Drives it forward. A lot of space out the back over the head of Miller Hill. Little tap on. Back to Warburton. As New South Wales ACT come up with it again. Stewart tries to drive it forward. Cleaned up at the back. Drops it onto the boot. That's cleaned up by Press Parkes. Wheels back inside. Looks for the boundary line.
Deliberate.
You'd pay that, but maybe not at this championships.
I'm being facetious.
Well, I think she was really good. And Maddie turned around and she looked up and she saw the only person there was Zerika, and she's actually positioned the ball between Zerika and the boundary line. So waste a bit of time, get some metres, but make sure it doesn't fall into the opposition's hands.
Hamilton, a little bit of a shove, gets away with it. Gargan, check side, down the wing. She gets caught, wrapped up in Brewer. And a beautiful tackle there by Isabel Price.
The Paige Nash there and the shepherd, she did the right thing and put the shepherd on, but she didn't actually go and engage the body. So she had no idea where the opposition defender was, and as a result, they were able to slip around her and put the tackle on her teammate.
There's Parker.
Ever reliable, Parker, isn't she?
Absolutely, gets in the right positions. Good grab at the back. Speaking of reliable, Jolliffe.
Jukes, Jolliffe. Let's see what she does with it here, though. I'd love her to look inboard. Swivel your head.
Drives it deep. Big Petro can't take it cleanly. Try to get it out through Dargan. Wilson takes it to ground. And there's going to be a ball up on his near wing.
I've got one out the back here, New South Wales. Vic Metro rolling back to cover now.
Wilson, good tap, Press Parkes. Can't get it off cleanly. A little mishandle there by Corelli.
Parker's smarts of the contest have been better this game. Much, much better from the previous ones. And even before, you know, she slipped the tackle and realised that if I try and take the game on, sometimes I'll get out. So that's really positive to see. And even then, just the interest in giving a bit of a handball was much better than just throwing it on the boot.
Hamilton from the back. Guerin gets it on the boot quickly. Front position, McKay just gets a hand on it. Brewer fights nicely. Unfortunately, puts it nearly down the throat of Caruso.
Smart almost got the handball out, realised that she was really outnumbered, Jolliffe, and she then was able to disguise holding the ball in so the ball didn't get out. They get another stoppage and they're closer to goal.
Ball up again. Good tap by Wilson. She's been good. Good change up. Press Parkes once again. Driving out Brewer. Hands it off. And great pressure there from Vesely.
Actually, Brewer's really clean with her hands, and she gets it one grab, she picks it up off the ground really nicely, and she's really smart. She's got this great awareness of what's downfield as she collects the ball.
She's always in the contest, isn't she? Always thinking, what's next?
Front position again for Wilson. Hamilton just caught at the back. Ball on the ground. Going to be another ball up.
What would be interesting, Charlo, is as she comes up through the senior ranks, just her size. She's a little bit smaller. So I'd love to see her sort of get that little bit stronger overhead.
Hamilton, much better positioning there. Overrun by Price. Parker dragged to the ground by Press Parkes.
Now, Zoe Allen's got the job on Madison Press Parkes in this situation, so she stopped Maddie from getting the ball, but she didn't do the second effort to stop Maddie from putting pressure on their ball carrier. So, got to work harder on those defensive efforts.
Brown didn't take that cleanly, but gets it back to Wilson. He drives it forward. Wheeling round is Walker. Finds Gorham, but she just overruns it. Good commitment there from Dargan. Gets driven into the ground and she's going to be caught with the ball. Great pressure there from New South Wales ACT. Through Paige Nash, just over the back. Press Parkers once again. Wheels round. But unfortunately puts it straight down the throat of Lexi Hamilton. Steps back inside. Tries to find her little hands in the back there from Brown, but nothing. No call from the umpire, sorry.
That was a bit of a risky kick, but finally they chose to go in through the middle, and look where they are now, in a great spot to attack inside forward 50.
Priftis once again. She's got to stay on her feet. She seems to have fallen.
Sometimes, Charlotte, down the line, you just need to take the risk and go in board, don't
Correct, yeah. And you got to back. What it says to your teammates is, well, I trust you. I back you in to win this one-on-one contest.
So New South Wales ACT with a good opportunity here.
That's over the back.
Out the back.
That's over the back. And that's a goal.
Oh, clear.
That is a goal.
Well, I'm so excited by that goal. That was terrific. I had the belief in the New South Wales girls there, and maybe perhaps I guess the underestimation by the Vic Metro girls. There was no one back there on the line, and I guess that's and it cleared the whole lot, and then probably no one within 4 metres of that ball as it went through for the goal.
And so a great teaching point for Andrew Shakespeare, the Vic Metro coach there, with your talls, with your ruckman. They need to be on the line. It's a really simple thing. It takes work rate. You've got to get back there, but I'm sure that'll come up in the vision.
That was my friend Renee Friend, who I called Rachel Friend from Neighbours on Wednesday, so apologies to that to the Friend family.
You a Neighbours fan, Pricey?
Oh, can't get enough of it.
I'm a home and away girl myself. You, Charlotte, you probably watch documentaries.
Yes.
Foreign Film Festival or something.
Melbourne International Film Festival coming up in the next month, so really looking forward to that.
You're an ambassador, giving them a plug, or...?
So Press Parkers comes up with it again over the shoulder.
If I'm Tim Schmidt, I'd make a bit of a different move from Zoe Allen. I'd actually take Zoe Allen off Press Parkers, and I reckon I'd put Zarika on her, because I think those two at the same time stopping Press Parkers from getting the ball, but also stopping Press Parkers from impacting when we have the ball. That's what I'd be doing if I'm Tim Schmidt.
Warren reels round. Someone's...
Oh, that's unlucky, isn't it?
That was in the side. I thought that was in the side. It just looked like a regulation shoulder bump in the contest.
Yeah.
It was a bit before the ball got there, but it was accidental. It wasn't.
The defenders just simply trying to do their work and clear the drop zone. That is really unlucky.
And also to get into position, actually own the drop zone themselves.
Yeah.
So this is Eleanor Cornish lining up.
Needs to finish here. This is a big moment for Vic Metro.
And hits it cleanly. So Eleanor Cornish gets Vic Metro back in the lead by 3 points, and New South Wales ACT will be saying, say it isn't so.
You are on fire, Julia.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
If I was writing a text message, I'd have the little fire emoji next to your name.
I don't even know how to put that on my emoji.
Do you have an iPhone, or I'm still with a Nokia?
Well, they're coming back in vogue. They've re-released. But look, back here at the ground, Vic Metro are winning the clearance battle here in the fourth quarter, I should say. They've won 5-1 in this fourth term, and that's been so important for them. Let's see and Press Parker's 26 possession. She has come to play, and she's showing everyone what sort of a player she is, as we see Parker burst through the stoppage there to get the first clearance, get the next clearance for New South Wales.
Now 6 minutes to go. Strategically, do you give Press Parker a rest? Give her a couple of minutes forward and maybe then unleash her in the last 3 to 4.
I'd move her forward and play her deep to give her a rest, but also try and take control, try and take away their best defender out of the contest.
The ball's picked up by Press Parkers on cue.
Rika! Down she goes!
Tries to beat Guerin on the inside. Parker now with it. Good handball off to Hamilton. Ball's smothered.
Girls must keep their feet in this situation. It's a hotly contested ball. You go to ground and your team's one player down. So they need to keep their feet here.
They must pair off at this stoppage. You don't want the line out.
Wilson's been quite impressive in the ruck since she's come in. In fact, we haven't seen a lot of her this week in this position. So Hamilton just overruns it.
Kicking for touch. Madison Press Parker. That's her 27th touch for the game. 6 tackles so far, 8 clearances from Press Parker. So
Parker needs to get a body here, Charlotte. Look at Parker there, all on her own. She needs to find an opponent. And there's Madagiran on cue, unopposed at the stoppage. Parker's very lucky there.
Breaks free, nearly gets run down by Flanagan.
As these girls come up through the ranks, they'll learn quickly you cannot stand on your own with a stoppage. You need connection, you need a starting point.
McPherson's found some space on the far side. New South Wales through Tarrant get to it first, but she can't control it. Driving it down is Vesely. Brewer has come up with it again. She's swamped with players around her, and it's Dargan who's going to get the free for the tackle. Not her best kick, but she does find Woods.
See, Emerson Woods, she read that situation. She knew there was a free kick. Didn't worry about being around the contest. Pushed down because she knew Dargan was going to have a quick kick. So, really smart from Woods.
Good front position too there from Parker. Plays on quickly.
She needs to run and carry here.
She's trying to find Priftis out the back. She needs to play on. She's going to get run down by Brown. Just gets a little bit of pressure on her. Not the best kick. Caruso can't hold the mark though. Crelly drives forward. Here we have Gorham. Runs through a pack. There's 4-on-1 here. Chips it through. Rugby league style. Trying to find her teammate Wrigley. Wrigley still there. 3-on-1 still. No support from New South Wales ACT. Brown can't clear it. Jolliffe deep inside 50.
They've got the numbers here. They're a chance here, New South Wales.
Can't quite bring it back enough. Oh, it's had a good
Great
bounce. They just followed that up. They may have got there, so Garnett couldn't quite bring it Brown far enough. But Vic Metro trying to take it out the far side now. Through Dargan. Has a bounce. Spots her teammate in Price. But can't hit the target.
Great change of direction from Parker there.
Jolliffe spots Zarika. Just a bit too big over her head. Patricius tries to keep it moving forward. Zarika comes up with it, wheels around again. Bit of pressure from Patricius. Oh, Millihill can't quite take it.
Leg there, that should be no free kick on the play.
Well, McLaren.
Press Parkes has gone forward. She's resting forward at the moment. And there's a free kick here for New South Wales. Great persistence by their forwards to trap that ball inside 50. Really good defensive pressure from their forwards. But yeah, look, Press Parkes, she's sort of roaming up through the middle of the ground as a forward, wanting to get the ball on the rebound if they get the opportunity.
So Alexia Hamilton just hits the post.
Ooh. Got a tight one.
Within 2 points.
And look, as we enter the final countdown of this game, it's 2 minutes 30 to go. If there is a draw, we play until there is a score. If the scores are tied, when the siren is scheduled to go.
So Little plays on to herself. Tries to break that 50-metre. Priftis goes for the handball, finds Crelly, steadies herself. And just misses to the left.
Great option there by Priftis, so really good composure.
And by Crowley there, good composure. Didn't finish as well as she needed to, but I thought, you know, she really steadied. She was really composed and straightened herself up.
Yeah, they've paired off well here in New South Wales. Man on man, hold it in.
Good front position there from McPherson. Couldn't quite take it cleanly though. Got to hold their feet. Ball's wrapped up on the ground. It's going to be a ball up.
1 minute 40 to go here. New South Wales is going to want to keep the ball alive and keep the ball in play so they can have opportunities.
Look at the work rate of Parker. Interesting to note, she came in on a foot ankle through the summer, so didn't really get to do a big pre-season, but just willing herself to every contest in this last couple of minutes. She wants to get a win on the board for New South Wales ACT.
Press Parker's back inside there.
It's a little hand on it on the cue. Parker trying to control it, wheeling around that left boot. And he jerseys that are back are the Victoria Metro ones, and Quintel takes it out the far side. May have just secured it for her team here through Caruso down the far wing.
60 seconds left in this final quarter. You'd imagine this would be the last opportunity for Vic Metro to score.
So wheeling around again. Runs inside, loses control of the ball, picks it up again, steps again, gone a long way, and she's going to be...
New South Wales has got to pick this ball up and go, and they've got to play on quickly here. Quick, long and direct footy.
They've got to ride like the wind.
Jolliffe must roll up here, be an option through the middle, demand the
now,
footy.
Now, turn and go. Oh, Press Parker's on Parker, a great contest.
Parker probably should have taken a different option there, went back inside, and Emerson Woods has come up with the ball. Great pressure there from Parker, though. Redeem herself from that
Left foot.
Mistake. And Chris Parkes gets the winning goal and seals it for Vic Metro.
Well, it's a 29th touch, Madison Press Parkes. Wasn't that terrific there? But had to have Price and, Parker and Press Parkes on each other together. Unfortunately, Parker didn't. She shrugged the tackle with Press Parkes. As the final siren goes, Vic Metro will take this game by 7 points, but that all-important move there by Parker. She didn't realise that Press Parkes had gone to the ground, which is a bit of a, I guess it's something that Press Parkes need to get a bit better at, but she could have actually then moved the ball forward rather than go backwards. So that awareness, there's a good teachable moment for them all there, but what a terrific game of football, and I'm sure New South Wales will be really pleased with the efforts of their girls.
Yeah, absolutely. Vic Metro 6-8-44 to New South Wales ACT 5-7-37. Goal scorers for Vic Metro: Press Parkes with 2, Ricardo, Woods and Cornish and Wilson. New South Wales ACT Miller Hill with 2, as well as Jolliffe and Friend were the goal scorers for New South Wales ACT. Big moment for New South Wales ACT though. They've really improved throughout the week, and to take it up to Vic Metro like that was a great game. Any sort of standouts for you today, Asta?
Yeah, look, I really loved the work. Obviously, Parker. You know, I think she just has that will at the contest. But I think the tools stood up as well today for New South Wales. They were really, really strong. Joel, of course, going back and slotting those couple of goals in crucial moments. But the ruck work from Delgado Fixter, I think, really set them up as well. But, you know, great game, great call, girls. Your form's been fantastic all week. It's worth noting. So
the important things, that's right.
Bit of love from Asta O'Connor. Might be going a bit soft, but that's okay.
Don't forget to join in the conversation here at #AFLW U18s. And we'll be back in, I think it's at 11:40 for the next game between Vic Country and Western Australia at the NAB AFLW Under 18s Championships.